Still got a little kick in me here, guys, a little pep in my step. Not a lot of pep, but we still got a little something in there. I felt like quitting this last trading session. The thought did cross my mind. Still learning, still growing a lot. It's good to go through these negative emotions, these drawdowns. That's what makes you stronger as a trader. You're forced to look at yourself in the mirror and find out what's going wrong and what you can do better. Let's go ahead and jump into the trades. For the first trade, I saw that we were consolidating at the high of day and that there was a lot of wicking and a lot of resistance, so I went short there. Okay, and I got filled, got out right there for a nice little loss. I thought I had an okay thesis on this trade, and I liked my entries. I got entries at pretty good spots, which allowed me to have a good risk to reward for this trade, but I did not execute this trade as well as I hoped. For the second trade, I saw we were forming what looked like higher lows, and so I was looking to go long here for a continuation play. Okay, this was a trade that was really poorly executed. Thought it was an okay time to get in. I don't like it, but we did push over a inflection point and we were consolidating on it, so thought it was okay. But one thing I did poorly was sticking to my stop and exiting the trade. I had a tighter stop initially, and then once the price action started moving towards my stop, I adjusted it to give it more wiggle room, which was not a good move. It was an emotional move, as I wanted to stay in the trade and I didn't want to be wrong. And then it blew past that adjusted stop that I made, and I still gave it some time to wake, which led to a pretty big loss for me. For the third and final trade, I saw Triple Q was forming what looked like a double bottom, and so I was looking to go long here. Okay, got out there, thankfully. Didn't have a great entry on this one. Bought in as it was popping up. The premiums kind of spiked a little bit, and I got filled at a pretty bad price. This trade did initially look like it was going for me, and then we had a little pullback and bounce. But in the next candle, we filled that wick to the downside, and it looked like we were continuing to go down. I wish I would have moved my stop up to this wick, as this play no longer makes sense. I was hoping for a bounce and a continuation to the upside. We got a bounce, but then we were obviously getting rejected, so this trade didn't make sense anymore. So I could have got out for a much smaller loss, maybe even a break-even trade, but instead I held it through my stop, but still didn't get out, didn't stick to my plan, and then it blew past my stop, dropped a lot, and then I finally got out for a much bigger loss. Okay, so this is what we're looking like for the month of October so far. Obviously, this past week has been a really good one for us. We have 3 red days in a row. Bam, bam, bam. We're finding consistency, right? We were worried we lost that consistency as we had 3 green weeks in a row, but now we're finding consistency in red days. Yes, it is the wrong direction, but we are finding consistency. We have now given up all the profits we made during the prior 3 weeks of consistency, and we've lost a pretty good bit more than that as well. So that is a hard pill to swallow, but I have to swallow it. So I'm just going to do it with a lot of water and hopefully it goes down and makes me feel better. But so far this pill isn't working at all. Now this is what we look like for the month of October. We're down $100. We have a 36.4% win rate. This is what the cumulative P&L looks like for the account. We're making higher lows, looking pretty good, and then bam, the short stepped in. Bull trap. We're going to be scaling down now until we find consistency, trying to get back to the basics and get that right mental attitude before we scale up again. Alright guys, I've recorded this bit a couple times and I've messed up a couple times, so I'm just going to fly through this and try to get through it as quick as I can. So the mistakes for the day. 1, I've been trying to time the top or bottom. I've been reviewing that setup when I take those trades and I lose the majority of those trades, so I'm going to stop trading that entirely and just focus on better setups. 2, not sticking to stops. I've been emotionally adjusting my stops when the price action is moving towards my stop. And then I've also been allowing the price action to move past my stop and giving it some wiggle room instead of sticking to my plan and getting out right when it hits my stop. Number 3, I've been skipping my morning routine. I've been going to bed later than I want to, and therefore I've been waking up later than I want to, which makes it hard to have my optimal morning routine. Because of that, I just felt rushed and stressed, and I haven't been in the right mindset to trade. So to help with that, I'm going to write out a detailed schedule, and I'm going to stick to that plan. I'm going to stick to the schedule. I'm going to plan out each minute of each day that I want to do, and then stick to that plan. The next mistake I make is I've been filming and editing my videos during trading, which has been distracting me, and it's been putting pressure on me to get the video done so that I can get back to trading, which causes me to feel pretty stressed and uneasy. I've also not been reviewing my previous day's mistakes. Because of that, I've been repeating the same mistakes over and over again. A solution to this problem would be to make and post my YouTube video right when I get home from the workday. And that way for the next day, I can just focus on trading and I don't have to try to multitask and get the YouTube video edited and posted. Some quick comments and thoughts I had for the day is I always need to take profit on every trade. It doesn't have to be monetary, I just need to learn and grow from each trade and mistake I make. Every goal and solution I have needs to have a detailed plan. If you don't have a detailed plan, then it's just a good intention, and good intentions don't do anything for you. I felt really discouraged after Wednesday's trading session because the profits that I worked so hard for the previous 3 weeks just vanished really quick. And so that broke my confidence, and thoughts of quitting did come in my mind briefly. But that's where we get to the next point, which is hard times. Going through a hard time right now, obviously a big drawdown, but I need to persist through this. And during this time, this is when I learn and grow the most and get closer to becoming that profitable trader. The last thought I had for the day was I need to be okay with sitting on the sidelines. If I don't see a good setup, I don't need to trade. I have not been sticking to this. I've been taking B and C setups instead of waiting for A setups. That's it for this video. Appreciate y'all's time. I'm not going to be reviewing the opportunities that I missed this time because I don't want to, but I will pick that up in the next video. Thank y'all for your support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the likes. I really do appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.